guys, it's your coach Katelyn here. This is a video on personal development, and specifically I'm making this video for our coach training group, but since personal development applies to just about everything in life, even if you're not a coach, feel free to listen. I'm sure there will be some good info in here. So the most important thing I think about personal development is that it's something to keep you in a positive mindset. We all know there are challenges and setbacks with this business, and I think the most important thing about personal development is that the more you know and the more you learn and grow, the faster you're able to get back on track and get past those fears and those doubts and move on from the challenges. One of the coolest things I think about this Beachbody business is that it kind of gives me a playground to test out these new theories, to test out what I'm learning in these books, but in a very low risk situation, because we all know that whether you sell a challenge pack or not today is not a life or death situation. So it kind of gives me a chance to have all these challenges and fears and doubts, but also to apply what I'm learning and grow from that, and I think it applies to all areas of my life. So I would say that I categorize personal development into three separate categories. The first one being Beachbody related personal development, which I would consider the national coach calls, the webinars, things specifically related to the Beachbody business. And I like how I can hear from elite coaches their stories and how they got to where they are. Oftentimes we see them at their top point and we forget all the work that went into it. And oftentimes, I think when we hit a stumbling block, we think, oh, it's me, I'm not cut out for this business, or this is the beginning of the end, my business is dropping off. And it's so important to hear the elite coaches and the top coaches say that, yes, we've been there, we've done that, it's normal, it's okay. So I think the faster that you can get back into a mindset of, this is normal, just keep going, the better off you'll be. So Beachbody personal development is the first. The second I consider more of a business motivation type personal development. So things I categorize into that are things about, learning how to talk to people, relationship building, learning leadership, learning organizational methods. I have some books here that I'll show you for example. The Slight Edge and the Compound Effect show that, all the little decisions we're making every day add up. And as long as you keep going, then your business will keep growing. I love John C. Maxwell books. Failing Forward, I think, is a great one to remind us that these little mistakes aren't failures, that it's part of our path to success. Eat That Frog, a procrastination book. Getting Things Done talks to my OCD about organization. I love that one. I have a bunch of Robert Kiyosaki. He did Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is one of the sequels to that, Cash Flow Quadrant. So I think these kind of books, Tony Robbins, I would definitely group into there. This is just, I have a ton of his audio books. He also has actual books. He also has a ton of free stuff on YouTube. This was just a free CD collection called The Edge. He packs a ton of information even into this. I got it online. But these are the kind of stuff that remind me to keep pushing and keep me motivated with the business and to dream big and those sort of things. I'll get to that in a minute, why I think there's good and bad in that, but I definitely think it's something you need to do because it increases your skills with the business end of things. The third personal development category for me is a more spiritual stuff that talks to my soul. It's the kind of stuff that reminds me that everything's going to be okay. The universe is working in my favor. All I need to do is sort of allow and get out of my own way and kind of get rid of these fear-based thoughts. So, for example, I love anything by the publishing company Hay House. That's H-A-Y, House. Wayne Dyer is one of their authors. He's amazing. I got to go to one of their conferences over the summer, and it was just it made me feel so reassured that everything in life is working out the way it's supposed to, and I think that's the most important part of this aspect of the personal development. Anything Gabrielle Bernstein or Marianne Williamson, also they do a lot through Hay House. They are, same thing, kind of speak to getting rid of those fear, ego-based thoughts. Zen and the Art of Happiness, Energy Bus, New Psycho Cybernetics. I mean, this is just like a small chunk, The Power, which is the sequel to The Secret, which is about the law of attraction. That's on Netflix. I think you can also find it online too, on other sources. But these are all things that just really help me keep going. They remind me that this is all part of a bigger purpose. Even when I've had a terrible month or I haven't sold a thing, like, it doesn't matter. I'm still helping people. This is still all part of the natural flow of things. So those are the 3 forms of personal development: the Beachbody related, Beachbody specific stuff, the business motivation kind of push stuff, which I like a lot, and I think it develops my skills. But at the same time, sometimes when I get into too much of that push mode, it makes me feel pressured. The soul stuff is what calms me down and reminds me that I don't always have to push, that when I just back up and allow things to happen, everything starts to flow. And I know you might be worried, and I was worried at first, that almost made it sound like I have to get lazy or I have to not work as hard, and isn't that going to backfire? But it actually does just the opposite. It kind of allowed me to get out of my own way, to take away the blocks, the mental blocks that might have prevented me from moving forward to with the business, and kind of that it takes away the overwhelm. It reminds you that everything's working out just fine, and when you get into that state, everything just flows naturally. Everything comes naturally. So I really deem that the most important part of personal development. But all of these things are different, are good for different reasons. They will all not only help your Beachbody business, but help improve your life. If you ever get a chance to, if you see an in-person conference that you can go to with one of your favorite authors or Tony Robbins or anything that resonates with you, I absolutely say do it. I've been to several, and I would say they are worth 10 times the amount I paid for them. There's some other videos on my YouTube channel that I sum up, give kind of summaries of some of the conferences that I've been to. But really, there's so much free stuff out there. A ton of stuff on YouTube, and you can always be sort of a book addict like me. I have a ton here, all over, more in my living room, and I'm always reading about 30 at one time. It's just kind of whatever I need that day, that's what I pull. So, so there's lots of resources. If you have any questions about books or other personal development, feel free to ask. I hope that's helpful, but remember, the most important thing about personal development is it helps you to learn and grow and stay positive and move forward and relax and just know that everything's working out for the best. So I really want you to take that away from this video too. So, hope that helps.